Shalom, with the real Hebrew Israelites coming in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of Esau, two-thirds of our people, and the other nations. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and to the brothers out there preaching this word with truth and sincerity and charity and risking their lives to do so. This the brother Kanasala and Elder Uriah over here from GMS Chicago. And basically it was on my spirit to do basically go into this lesson about just basically something simple, which is the days of the week, Sunday, basically Monday through Sunday, and the origins of them days, because when you look these days up in the scriptures, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kai, go ahead.
Yes, you talking about they have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but that's not in the scriptures.
Right.
And according to scriptures, on the first, second, and third, fourth, fifth day, it's just by numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that goes with Daniel. Yes, Daniel 7 and 25 on your list.
Yeah, I got Daniel 7 and 25.
Well, we start off there because that's what they did. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. They are not only wearing this out in every single way, but they are literally changing times and laws. They changed sun daylight savings to spring. What they got? Daylight, fall, spring forward, fall back.
Spring forward, fall back, which doesn't make sense. Like I saw an old meme with a Gadite on there saying like only white people think that if you cut one end of the blanket, like 1 inch of the blanket, and put it on the other end, it makes it longer.
Right. It just doubles.
Okay.
But they think to change times, and she think to change laws, which is the Lord said it, and you got to use scriptures. I'm gonna give it back to you. The cycle of how you keep track of time. Sirach, you have Sirach?
No, I do not.
All right. Sirach says, I'll pull it out.
Go ahead.
But the moon changing in its perfection is how you keep change. Is a declaration of the times.
Yeah, because the stars and moons is for seasons and times and stuff, you know?
Exactly. So I'm just starting I'm here at my job. You came up to my job, so I'm going to be cleaning up, as you know how we do.
Okay.
But we all here, because we got to teach this truth directly and correctly, and we got to replace all the shoddy ass work of the heathens. This is Sirach 43 and 5. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. And the moon got its own power, own light, okay? The moon has its own light. It decreases on clockwork, all right? And it's a declaration of times. So if you really know what the first day of the month, second day of the month, or whatever time frame, you got to go look at the clock of the Lord, which happens to be the moon.
God, and that's where the word month comes from, and it means new moon. You know what I'm saying? And how do you know when there's a new moon? When there's no moon outside, or you can't see it.
You can see it, but it's in silhouette.
Yeah, Salakia.
The sunlight is not reflected upon the moon.
God.
You can still see it. If we were in the country, you can still see the moon. It'll just be in silhouette.
God.
And you can still see it, proving it has light.
Yeah.
Because you can see the half moon, and you can still see the other half, but the light is not reflected from the sun on the other half. Why? Because the moon has its own light, and that's what the scripture said.
It's dim.
It said I gotta go back to it real quick. It says shining in the firmament of heaven. How you make something shine? It must be burning.
God.
Right? The moon has its own light. They did not land on the motherfucking moon. This motherfucking cracker tried to tell me, oh, no, they definitely landed on the moon. No, they did. They have mirrors on there that they place, that they bounce satellites off of. Motherfucker, somebody told you, dumbass, that you ain't never seen no goddamn mirror and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just fucking, yeah, that's why it's bouncing back. No, you can bounce shit off an object and the object is going to reflect, any object that's out there in the heavens will reflect something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a so-called black hole.
It's so many holes in they stuff, man.
Yeah, they
Like
got black holes in their doctrine.
right, black holes in their doctrine. God, you know, like the thing is, if they keep showing the picture of man landing on the moon, but you don't see all the stars in the background, you don't see none of them. You're supposed to see that, you know. It just seemed like somebody hit a big giant flashlight and just put it right there. Because the sun, when it's daytime, it lights up the whole sky. Everything's lit up. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. But back at this, you know what I'm saying? They changed the let's see, Daniel 7:25. Yeah, they changed the times and the laws, man. You know, and uh, one of the things is that they keep saying Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you know, which is nowhere in the scriptures. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, when you do research on it, this is at pantheon.org, you know what I'm saying? And this is the origin of the names of the days. It says the names of the days are in some cases derived from Teutonic deities, or such as in Romance languages from Roman deities. And today, this is basically today's Rome, man. You know what I'm saying? This Rome all over again, basically. The early Romans around the 1st century used Saturday as the first day of the week. So they changed the stuff. So it's the first day. So back then they had Saturday as the first day of the week. Here in America, they got Sunday as the first week. In Mexico, if I recall, they got Monday as the first day of the week. It's just too much confusion, man.
Look, if you look at in antiquity, the calendar that we use today is based off of
The Gregorian?
the Gregorian calendar from Pope Gregory. Pope Gregory's calendar is a variation of the Julian calendar that came back from Julius Caesar. And that calendar had like 8 days in the week. All right. So all the stuff that they're doing off that is based off of lies and misrepresentations of facts. So all that shit is bullshit.
Which goes to Psalms 82 and 5. And you're right, Elder. Psalms 82 and 5 says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. All of it. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things out of many is when it comes to time, man. The days of the week, even the year. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody in the whole world says 2017. You know what I'm saying? There's other countries that think it's like probably 3,000 something, you know, all these other years, man. But let's see. So back to this. It said, use Saturday as the first day of the week as the worshiping of the sun increased. The sun's day or Sunday advanced from position of the second day to the first day of the week, and Saturday became the seventh day. So, Sunday, the name comes from the Latin dies solis, meaning sun's day, the name of a pagan Roman holiday. It is also called Dominica, Latin, the day of God. The Romance languages derived from ancient Latin language, which Latin is the language of Esau, man. Such as French, Spanish, and Italian retain the root. Now let's look up Sunday in this one. This is www.ancient-origins.net. Okay. This Sunday, again, Sunday, as you may be able to guess, is the Sun's Day, the name of a pagan Roman holiday in many folklore traditions. Sunday was believed to be lucky day for babies born. Many societies have worshipped the sun and sun gods. Perhaps the most famous is the Egyptian sun god Ra, who was the lord of time. You know what I'm saying? Going back to these false gods and false idols, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything is out of course, man. Is the only thing that's not wicked is this truth, man. These scriptures, man. You know, and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures. You know. Let's see. Let's go Monday. The name comes from the Anglo-Saxon Monendaeg, the moon's day. The second day was sacred. Right.
Sunday they serve the sun. Tuesday, Monday they work the moon. Tuesday, you keep going like this.
Yeah, okay. This second day was sacred to the goddess of the moon, and yeah, from it says French, lundi, Italian. It's just telling you different ways to say it. Spanish is lunes, from luna, moon. You know what I'm saying? Let's see in the other website. Monday comes from the Anglo-Saxon Monadaeg, which is the moon day. On this day, people gave homage to the goddess of the moon. It was believed by ancients that there were 3 Mondays during the year that were considered to be unlucky. First Monday in April, second in August, and the last in December. This is just a bunch of madness, man. What's this? Tuesday. This day was named after the Norse god Tyr. The Romans named this day after their war god Mars, which I think is the other one, Ares or whatever. But yeah, they a war god, man. Let's see on this one. Is the first Tuesday is the first day to be named after Germanic god, Tayu or Twii, Twiya, a god of war in the sky, and that's crazy because this one said Germanic or German, and this one over here is Romans. You know what I'm saying? Esau ass, man. By the end of the day. Let's see. And associated with the Norse god Tyr, who was the defender god in Viking mythology. Myth. You know what I'm saying? Not real, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Etymology of word. Let's see. Myth. Let's see. Unknown origin, myth, anything delivered by Word of mouth. Let's see. Myth, 1830, from French myth, 1818. Directly from modern Latin mythos from Greek mythos, speech, thought, story, myth, anything delivered by word of mouth of unknown origin. Myths are stories about divine beings generally arranged in a coherent system. They are revered as true and sacred, which is not true and sacred. Myth means fake. They are endorsed by rulers and priests and closely linked to religion. Once this link is broken and the actors in the story are not regarded as gods but as human here, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Not give me this. Let's see. Huh. Well, myth. See, you saw me changing stuff. Hate that shit. Let's see. Where we at? They got on here that myth is just basically telling a story, not that some people think is true. I don't know. This is madness. Huh? Yeah, myth.
From French myth, directly from the modern Latin mythos, from Greek mythos, speech, thought, story, myth, anything delivered by word of mouth of unknown origin. Um, but basically, a myth is just a story. A story fact.
Nah, always no.
So a myth is really just a speech, thought, story, myth, anything delivered by word of mouth.
Yeah, unknown origin too.
It's just of unknown origin. Esau's a liar.
Okay.
Myth just comes basically a story. You can find, if I tell my daughter a story about the birds and bees of the story, it doesn't mean it's the truth.
Right. It doesn't mean that it's true at all.
The scripture says, "You're supposed to always be speaking, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding."
Okay. This is back to Tuesday. In the most famous myth about Tyre, he placed his hand between the jaws of the wolf, Fenrir, as a mark of good faith, while the other guys, pretending to play, bound the wolf. When Fenrir realized he had been tricked, he bit off Tyre's hand. And the thing is, there ain't no other guy but the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All the other guys are idols, man. He's the only living true power, man. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing that with the story is a myth in itself, man. And this all comes from Tuesday. This is the origin of Tuesday, man. Let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday means Woden's Day. In Norse, Odin. And if people know Odin with the Norse tale, Odin is what you call his father, Thor. You know what I'm saying? Odin. You see it in the movies, man. And Thor brings on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? The Old Norse equivalent to Mercury, who was the messenger to the gods, and the Roman god of commerce, travel, and science, he was considered the chief god and leader of the wild hunt in Anglo-Saxon mythology. But the name directly translate means violently insane headship. Not exactly the name of a loving and kind god. Woden was the ruler of Asgard. See? And just like the Thor movie, Marvel. You know what I'm saying? That's that Thor, that's that Odin, that's that Loki. You know what I'm saying? That false BS, man. And you're not gonna go to the movie and be like, yeah, Thor is real, or Odin was a real man or a real god. You know what I'm saying? That crazy, man. And that's Esau, man. They crazy as hell to make it a day itself. Uh, Woden was the ruler of Asgard, the whole of the gods, and is able to shift and change into different forms. Thursday, here we go. Was Thor's day. Hold on. Want me to keep going? Thursday, the origin of the word Thursday was Thor's day, like Thor, the thunder god, named after the Norse god of thunder and lightning, and is the Old Norse equivalent to Jupiter. Thor is often depicted holding a giant hammer, and during the 10th and 11th centuries, when Christians tried to convert the Scandinavians, many wore emblems of Thor's hammer as a symbol of defiance against the new religion. So even the word so you got Wednesday that goes back to Thor's dad Odin. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Tuesday, the god of war. You got Monday, the moon's day, the Sunday, the sun day. You know what I'm saying? You got all this stuff that goes back to pagan gods, man. These false gods, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in the scriptures, it says the first day, the second day, third, fourth, sixth, seventh day, man. It never says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But nobody sits down and really do the research and see where these days come from, man. Friday is associated with Freya, the wife of Woden, and the Norse goddess of love, marriage, and fertility, who is equivalent to Venus, the Roman goddess of love. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, Saturday derives from the Saturn's day, a Roman god associated with wealth, plenty, and time. It is the only English weekday still associated with the Roman god Saturn. The Hebrews call. See, here we go. The Hebrews call Saturday the Sabbath. No, that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Sunday is the first day of the week, Saturday being the seventh day.
Right.
That's not, but then that's based on the Gregorian calendar, which is based on the Julian calendar. And as we just proven, all these pagan gods, where's the scriptural validation?
Right.
We'll go to the scriptures and we'll see that, matter of fact, I'll just pull up a random. I'm just going to go just say on the first day of the month, is I'm going to say first day, first day month, and I'm going to pick up the first precept. Genesis 8:5, the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the top of the mountain seen. Right? First of all, it didn't say the 10th month as in what's the so-called 10th month on the Esau's calendar? You'll say October. Right? But Octo means 8.
Mm-hmm.
So you got January goes back to Janus, which is a pagan god. You got February, which goes back to a false god. March, which goes back to Mars, which is a false god. April, May, June goes back to a false god, Junos. Yep. July, which go back to Julian Caesar. That's bullshit. August goes September. Now you go to you get to September. Sep means 7. October means 8. November means 9. December means 10. So according to the calendar, their calendar, the 10th month is November. The 11th month is
No. 11th month is November.
No.
Oh, you talking about
how it's supposed to by the names of those names.
Oh yeah, kind.
October will be the 8th month. November will be the 9th month. December will be the 10th month. I'm okay. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. I be at Olympia now. And I don't bowl on Mondays. Right. You too now. Um, uh, so November would have been 9, and December would have been 10th, which means the 11th month would have been January, and February would have been the 12th month, and the first month would be somewhere around March, which would be in line with the scriptures. Springtime somewhere around March to April. All right.
Yep.
But everything, all the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yep.
Because they change every fucking thing. But you go to scriptures, it says in the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the top 7 mountains seen. Now you can say, and I just Google, put into the search first day month. I put second day month and see what scripture pops up. Genesis 7:11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. Okay, one second month, also the second day, but it still gives you, it says 17th day. All right, it didn't say the third week on the Monday or the fourth week on the Tuesday or nothing like that. It goes down into numbers and defines it into the different the 15th day, first day, third day, the second day. I know the one in Samuel. You can find the second day of the month, which was right after the new moon. Which how you know the new moon declares the first day of the month. All right, but that's how the scriptures keep it, all of them. So you're going to tell me the Most High's way of keeping track of time is antiquated and not right? Get out of here.
Just madness, man. Straight up madness. But yeah, so this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. And Elohim said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And Elohim saw the light that it was good, and Yahweh divided the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. You know what I'm saying? So it's evening to day is one day. So if it goes from like for example, since today is what they say as Thursday, which is actually the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying, the Sabbath, it's evening to evening, man. You know what I'm saying? That makes that one day. You know what I'm saying? If you keep going like that all the way back around, 7 days hit again. And when you look up new moon, you know what I'm saying? Or you look up the word month and go to the etymology of the word month, it says new moon. So how you know what's a new moon? When you look up in the sky and it's not illuminated at all. You can't you can see it, but you can barely see it. You know what I'm saying? Because back then we didn't have the calendars. We didn't have the Gregorian calendar like we do today, or the Julius calendar from Julius Caesar, man. You know? Let's go to Isaiah 14 and 13. It says, "For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do, man. They try to they think they the Most High, man. Everything they do, man, changing the sex of people, man. What else, man? Changing the foods, controlling the weather, but they don't know the Most High controls them. You know what I'm saying? They in the trick bag. You know, they in the trick bag, and they gonna get destroyed. They're gonna go into slavery, then get destroyed. You know what I'm saying, man? Uh, I would ascend above the heights of the clouds. I would be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And what do? They build airplanes. They go to try to go to outer space.
No, they did go to the periphery of the outer atmosphere,
Right,
but
right.
they lied and said they would go past the Van Halen belt or the radiation belt, which they don't do. All right,
Okay.
and they don't even NASA. And further proof of this, if they were so adept of going to the moon and doing all this great shit, why the fuck they ain't been in the last 30, 40 years?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why did they shut down the NASA program?
Yeah.
Because they're wasting. They saw that it's a waste of money. So they're no longer trying to go out and venture out into far space. They're trying to go ahead and defend from space and from the ground against the Lord and the angels coming, which they see with their satellites. All right, but they're not. They let you know they're not. Why they're not going to go to the moon? If going to the moon was such a big success, they would be doing it on a regular fucking basis and already colonized the damn moon.
Yep.
Motherfuckers be like, hey, what you want to do, man? I'm going to go be a part of the moon colony. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that proves that they didn't land on it. And the thing is, the moon, and even let's. I would just entertain it for a sec. If you could land on the moon, which you can't and never can, if you could land on the moon, Esau, so-called white man, that motherfucker be destroyed too. Because everything you touch is dead. Yep. Oh, yes.
Because
Yes.
the fire retardant technology that we have today cannot survive in an earthly fire. If you go into, say, you go into a building that's burning and complete burn, the suit is only good enough for you to run in real quick and run out real quick.
Right.
Just go in there in the middle of the burning fire and sit there and lamp for an hour. You're going to, they're going to be dying dead. That suit going to be burnt the fuck up because it can't do it. It's fire retardant. It means it'll take a longer time to burn, but it'll still burn.
Okay.
You go to the moon is a shining instrument that can shine from the miles away that you can see from the sky and in the naked eye, not with all the light that's bleeding out from the major cities. But if you go out into the boonies, go out to the highways where there's not a lot of street lights and so forth, and you can see all the million and jillion stars. When you see the moon, then you can see the perfect half of the other half of the moon. And you can see it.
Yep,
Or you
true.
can see the new moon. You can see it in full silhouette without the sun shining its reflecting its light off of it, and they'll show you that it has its own light. If you can see that from thousands and millions of miles of fucking away, that lets you know if you was on top of it, you will be fucking burning.
Yep.
And if matter of fact, go to Genesis, man. Go to Genesis 1 and what about 13, 14, 15?
Yeah, Genesis 1:14.
Yeah. And it says it's a light. What is the breakdown of the definition of a word that is a light? It's something that is on fire. It's burning. He said a lesser light and a great light.
Yep.
So read about this.
This Genesis oh no, this is the other one, Salakia. But I'm gonna read this anyway, that's cool. This Genesis 1:14. It says, and Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the light, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So the thing is, we're supposed to use the stars and the moon to basically determine time. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no the new day starts in the middle of the fucking night. That don't make no damn sense. So how was anybody able to tell time at nighttime? You know what? Before digital clocks and all these other clocks, man. 12 in the morning, man. Are you serious? First off, it's called midnight. The middle of the night. Like noon, midday is the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? The day that ain't the beginning of the day. That's the middle of the day. Just like that's why I said evening today, man. Is one day. Okay? So evening, it starts the day. So when the evening is when the sun goes down, boom. Starts the next day. until it goes all the way up in the sky and back down again. Once it goes back down again, it starts the other day, the next day. You know, the Most High did everything perfect, man. And for you Esau, man, to basically you slapping the Most High in the face and be like, no, I got it right, you don't. It's like you making the Most High to be a liar, making the Most High to seem like he's not perfect, man, which he is, man. And you're gonna see very soon, you know. Let's see. Bear with me for one sec.
Hey, this is part of Christians busting out Christian doctrine too.
Oh yeah,
Because Christian preaches all this shit. When's the holiday? Sunday.
The
They got the
Sunday.
Seventh Day Adventist. Oh, Saturday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got these wicked Israelite groups.
I
Friday,
just said
Saturday, Sunday shits.
Who is it? IUIC.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. They don't sit there and they don't listen to the men of the Lord. They don't listen to the scriptures. They don't listen to the Most High. They got a lot of false ass doctrine, man.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, man. So basically, man, the Monday through Sunday is based off of false guys, man. You know, just paganistic, just false guys in general, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, it's not scriptural. You know. And we just proved to you right there that, you know, that the new moon is the new month, you know what I'm saying? But also that's when we know when the Sabbath is too, man. You know? And what else I was about to say? And also that, you know, all these other people that be saying like oh, this is the Sabbath. Like, I'm gonna say this. They get their stuff right, what, once a year or a couple times, right, a year when the Sabbath is, you know? But the thing is, if you're not...
Especially because they don't know what they're doing, how they're doing. John 4:20-24 basically says, for the Most High is a spirit. And they that worship, matter of fact, get John 4 and 24.
John 4:24. You said 20? This John 4 and 20. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yahushua said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Verse 22. You worship ye know not what. So the thing is, you don't know who you worship, man, at all. You know what I'm saying? But we know who we worship. You know what I'm saying? We know what we worship for our for salvation is of the Jews, man. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. And that's what we do, man, here at Great Millstone. You know? For the Father seeketh such to worship him. So the thing is, we're not we have the Most High gave us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of like the breakdown of when the new moon is, when the Sabbath is, man. How when the basically to break down the word month, man. You know, knowing that it's not on Sunday every week, 52 weeks out the year, man. You know. The woman saith unto him, I know the Messiah is coming, which is called Hamashiach. When he is come, he will tell us all things. You know? So the thing is, we know who we worship, man. We know that the Sabbath right now is Thursday evening to Friday evening, you know? Period, man. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Bottom line is everything that's taught in the mainstream Christianity, mainstream Esau in the schools, mainstream Esau in his universities, especially when it comes down to the theologians and what the Most High says is, days, months, years, times, everything. Esau, what does it say? Surely you're turning the things upside down. They've turned everything upside down. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yeah.
Everything is out of course. All right. Truly, the covering cast upon the covering cast over all the world is veiled. It's all on all the nations. Isaiah 25:7. He has to take them off. Everything is backwards, man. And it really takes the righteous man of the Lord and the Spirit of the Lord to open up your mind to what's the truth. And if you hear it, you got to accept it and change and make them, and teach it and, grow in it. If you reject it, Hosea 4:6, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Okay.
If you reject knowledge, the Lord's going to reject you and your wicked ass, nasty ass, mustache kids.
And if you reject the Most High will reject you, man.
Right.
Period. Well, with that, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and to the brothers, the hopeful elect, you know what I'm saying, preaching this word with truth and sincerity and charity and risking their lives to do so. Shalom. Let's see.